Hey guys, welcome to another episode of El Jefe's Chop Shop. This week we're working on the wagon. We're going to get it all stripped and all ready for the painter. Alright, so I've finally got some time to work on the wagon. So I'm just going to take everything out of this thing. So all the windows, what's left of the interior, so just the dashboard stuff, the handbrake, the pedals. These trims need to go, the fuel cap needs to go, tail lights, bumper, tailgate, everything. So it shouldn't take too long, but I need to have this thing completely stripped. All the headliner, the mirrors and visors and hinges and screws and everything that has a way of coming off is coming off. So let's get into that. Okay, so I've got the front window out and it's gone a lot better than I expected. Not the actual getting out the window, but there's no visible rust. I say visible because there could be heaps of bog there, but from what I can tell, there's not actually any rust here. There's a bit on the back of the dash. It's not a huge worry. It's not super deep either. But like in this main channel where all the rust always builds up, doesn't look like there is any. There's obviously something going here. So maybe this is all full of bog, I don't know. But so far, so good. So I'm gonna pull the master cylinder out and then I can pull the pedals out and then I'll get onto the dashboard. So I've got the few switches and a few little panels and stuff, and then the wiper motor stuff, and then a few cables and bits and pieces. So I'll just start focusing on here and get it all done. Alright, so I got the dash all stripped except for this Corolla logo. These things always break, so I'm going to leave that for another day when I'm nice and fresh and get under the back of it. Be real careful. So that's all done. The master's out and the pedals are out, so everything here is all stripped. All of the little clips, all the little tangs, all the little tags that I've found so far anyway. In saying that. So now I need to move on to the roof lining and the rear windows and stuff. But I'm going to go inside for a bit and then I'll come back to it later. Alright, so Jackson come over to give me a hand. We've got the rear bumper off, tail lights, tailgate, fuel cap and fuel filler and everything like that. So we've got the chrome strips and the windows to do, and then there's still these little guys which hold the tailgate, the stops for the rear seat, and then that badge up the front, which I still don't want to tackle because I don't want to break it, but we'll do that later today. So we're going to try and do the windows and the trims, and then I can start paint stripping. We got one window out. This still hurts my feelings, even though the car's getting repainted. We had to cut the seal. I tried to keep it as close to one piece as I can, so hopefully we can maybe glue it back in. So we're going to try to do the other side, and it's close to one piece. It's a bit split because we had to cut it to get the actual window out. But I might be able to glue it back together or get it copied or something. So we'll see how we go. So we got the second window out, and neither of these windows have actually been taken out or painted or anything since brand new. And this is the original paint from 50 years ago. And we're the only ones to ever see this since brand new. It's actually ridiculous how nice that is. I love that colour. Here's a slightly like off-white. It's sort of like a bluey, maybe green even. It's actually really nice. Doesn't show up very well with the camera, unfortunately. You can kind of see it. Alright, now we got the roof liner and the badge, the dreaded badge. As for the worst side, there's a little bit of pitting across the bottom here. There's one little hole. The rest of it's pretty good. It's way better than I expected. I expected that to all be chewed out, so
I love this.
it's pretty good.
Factory Toyota window grease. Don't worry about the swarf.
Factory Toyota Vaseline from when they tried to put the windows back in.
I'm gonna break it, I already know it.
You just don't want it to, you know? That's the first time I've ever successfully undone one of those clips.
He's got it.
He's done it. He's done it. Those pins break off every time. I'll show you why in a second. So those little tangs grab into the little pin when you push it on, and they just grab into like the plastic and just make a mark. They're really hard to get off, but we succeeded, which is fantastic because I don't know what stock one of these.
You've got a new old stock one.
One of these.
Oh.
No, it's not one of these, and that one's really good, and I didn't want to lose it.
Nice.
Alright, so we've been paint stripping for many hours now. Just started on this side with what we had left over. This looks very much like bog, so it's going to be not very fun. And then coming around this side, got most of it off. This corner's not great. And there's two skins there. And there's this corner here as well, which isn't great. Probably also two skins because the fender arch part. And the rest of it I just need to go over with the grinder real quick and just buzz all the paint off, and then I can seal it. So I'm going to do the roof as well, which is going to be a task because I have to stand on a crate or a ladder. Not sure if we left it for not long enough, or if this is a different paint to what's on the other side.
It could be different paint.
Like this came off pretty good.
Look, this almost looks blue.
Yeah, but like this bit came off good. So is that like a different coat? Or is it just not eating it enough? Maybe it's just not eating it enough. Is that the original blue? Or like the white blue?
Well, I'm thinking maybe when this damage was done, it was repainted.
And then it got repainted.
And then it got repainted again. Yeah, it's had 3 coats of paint on this.
Yeah, like they painted this quarter and then matched it.
Yeah.
And then when they did the rest of the bogging and ignoring of making it good.
Now look at that part there. That's some weird going on there.
Yeah.
I'm definitely voting for
Second repaint.
the second repaint.
We think it's been repainted twice. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. I hate it.
Down in the comments, and then don't forget.
Check out the video. Press the bell. Oh, that's sick.
Sit back, boy. Damn, boy. That's a thick ass boy. Wow, and that is very old.
It's really old. Why is it brown?
I've never seen brown.
What
bog
year
like
is this bog from? Let me know in the comments.
You can take a core sample and find out.
It's like modelling clay.
It's what they've used.
What is that screw coat?
I don't know. You know what's old? It's lead. They just tinned it.
Yeah, this is like immediately after lead is when this happened, when this bog came out. That's so thick.
Damn, dude, I'm right here.
So thick, boy. Damn, boy. Nah, whoever did this genuinely probably kept the car on the road. So I appreciate that. But can you not? Can you don't? Look at the bog there is.
Should be saying, look how much car there is.
Yeah, actually, there's more car than I thought it was going to be.
Some is more than none.
Alright, so they did some editing. Jackson and I last night were talking absolute crap for a long time. But the idea was we were getting the wagon paint stripped. I had to edit out a lot of what we were saying because it wasn't very nice. So this side is pretty much ready to go. I just need to hit it with the that weird disc on the grinder and just take off the last of it. And then I need to do the other side, which we've started. So this side we just put it on and left. Came back to the paint stripper later, and it seems to have either dried out a bit or it's a different paint. So we think what's happened is this corner has a lot of old bog in it, like really old weird coloured bog. So bog's normally blue or pink. This is like brown, which is quite strange. And it's really just, I don't know, it just seems really old. So we think that this corner's been fixed, and then they've sort of painted this quarter back in ages and ages ago, and then painted the whole car, or painted some of the car. And then a second time later, they bogged the bottom corners and all the other bog that's been added to the car, and then painted the whole car again in that high opacity white. So we think it's got 2 layers on it, but it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to put paint stripper on it, get rid of it all, and then I'm going to get the grinder in here and take all the bog out and see what's actually behind that corner, which is a little bit scary. So what I'm going to do today is just add more paint stripper on, try and get this quarter all clean, get the other quarter all clear, and then I've got some sealant that I can put on it to leave it bare metal, and then at a later date I need to do the roof. So if I get to the roof today, that'll be sweet, but I don't expect to. So let's jump into paint stripping this quarter and see how we go. Alright, bit over an hour on the coral wheel. Got it all back to bare metal. There's a few spots around where the trims go that are a bit rusty, and there's a few little dots in the panel, which is quite strange. I don't know if they're rust or if they're something else. There's a few of them, so it might just be I haven't got all of it off yet, but we'll see. Coming up the side here, there was a little bit of surprise rust here, which isn't great, but it's need to be fixed anyway. And coming down to this corner, there's a couple little dents. There's one there and one there. Both of those are not a huge issue, but they were full of bog, so it looked real bad, but probably really wasn't. Then coming down to the bottom, this front corner is pretty toast, which I expected. And this back corner is very toast, which I was kind of hoping not, but yeah, it is. And all the bog underneath that I haven't got off yet. So that's pretty much where I'm at with this side. And of course across the top here is a bit rusty too. Coming around the other side, I put paint stripper on an hour ago. And wow, that looks pretty good. So I'll probably try and put some sealant on that side, and then I'll come back over here and scrape all this off. And then probably have to do another coat, I imagine, but it's coming along. Alright, I'm very much out of time. I'm going to go to work. There's bog here that I haven't got out yet. This whole back quarter is pretty rippled down the bottom, and it's also pretty rippled up here where that really old bog was. Doesn't even look like they've tried to dent knock it at all, so it's a bit disappointing, but I kind of did expect something weird going on in this corner, and I knew there was stuff going on down here. As for that little corner, pretty good actually. There's a little spot on the arch, and then down here is all pretty good except for that piece at the front. So overall really happy with it. I just got to put some coating on it, and then I can run off to work, and I'll come back tomorrow. I'm going to try and get the rest of, or as much bog out as I can here and here. I'm going to do all of the bottom around the tail lights and around this like rain tray. And I'm going to do the whole roof, and I'll probably do the D-pillars as well. So fair bit left to do. Hopefully I can just pour the paint stripper up top, and then I can go and do all these bits and then go back to the roof and then just keep working. So I want to get all this cleaned up and all the roof. So that'll be tomorrow's job, but right now I just need to spray it real quick and then run off to work. Alright, it's been a crazy couple of days trying to paint strip and work and just try and get everything done. It looks rusty, that's the coating, I promise. So both quarters are now stripped. The roof is all stripped, so everything is ready to go for the painter. He came and had a look at it, and he's going to get back to me with a quote pretty soon. So he said just get to this stage, leave it here, and then the rest of it will get sandblasted. So mainly the like the big panels, you need to get those stripped rather than blasted so it doesn't warp them, because they are quite thin obviously. So it's good that it's all done now and it's all coated. So whenever he's ready and whenever everything lines up, we can get rid of this thing, get it out there, get it started. So you might notice that the cars have been shuffled. So last night I was out here until about 11 o'clock, shuffling everything, getting that roof stripped and getting everything sort of rearranged. So we've got the 25 out the way. That thing's gonna just marinate for a little bit. We've got the wagon, which is ready to go whenever it's ready. And then the Toyo Ace, the mini mog, it's back. So that's gonna go right here, or probably in the middle somewhere because there's quite a lot of room. I need to move some stuff around and clean up a bit more, but the idea is I'm gonna get started on this thing very shortly. So we'll get to that in the next episode. So that's all for this week. I hope you enjoyed the wagon stripping, paint stripping. It's quite a tedious process, but we got there in the end. So thank you very much for watching, and come back next week for mini mog stuff. See you then.
Oh yeah. Working, big boy.
I'm not going to put that in, so it doesn't matter.